Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Al. Today I'm going to show you how to make my favourite hummingbird cake. I love hummingbird cake. I really love the cream cheese frosting, but I also love how moist and beautiful this cake is. And the summer months are on their way here in Sydney, so we're looking forward to all those beautiful tropical fruit coming into season, and that means hummingbird cake. So I have today pre-prepared a few things. One is that I have mashed up well-ripened bananas. The recipe calls for walnuts. You could totally substitute macadamia nuts. I do that from time to time. And there was something else I needed to tell you. Oh yes, ginger. So the recipe uses ginger powder, but if you're feeling a little fancy, you could also add in some crystallized ginger pieces. Just cut the crystallized ginger up really finely and then just fold it through the dry mix and then add the wet mix. This is a 2-bowl mix. So you put the dry ingredients in one bowl, you put the wet ingredients in the other bowl, and then you mix them together and put it in the oven to bake. I make my cake in a slab tin. But you could also make it in a smaller round tin. You just have to increase the cooking time. Okay, so let's get on to doing our dry ingredients first. First we're in with the flour. I'm just checking my recipe. 1 3/4 cups. Then it's 2 cups of brown sugar. 1 teaspoon each of cinnamon and ginger. I've got about a teaspoon left in here. Then we have 2/3 of a cup of desiccated coconut. And a cup of chopped walnuts. So just give that a good stir together. Just breaking down the lumps of the brown sugar. Okay, that's done. Okay, so now onto the wet ingredients. I am just going to put my eggs in and then just break that up with a whisk to mix it through. Add a teaspoon of vanilla. I already had my banana in here, don't forget. What I've done with the pineapple is it's just a can of crushed pineapple. And I have just laid it in a sieve to drain it. I don't squish the juices out. I just let it naturally drain off. And then I just add that to the other ingredients. Give it a mix through. And then I'll add my oil. So that's the type of mixture you're looking for. Okay, grab the dry ingredients, just make a little hole in the center and then pour in the wet ingredients. And scoop up from the bottom and fold the mixture together. You just want to make sure you're digging through the bottom so that all the dry ingredients are incorporated. That's the mixture you're looking for, and we're done. Let's pour that into our prepared cake pan. So there you go, hummingbird cake all ready for the oven. Now let's get on to making the cream cheese frosting. Using a stand mixer or a hand mixer, give the softened butter a little whip. Make sure your cream cheese is at room temperature. I sometimes soften it using the microwave on the melt setting. Add the cream cheese to the butter a little bit at a time to make sure there are no lumps. Then add the vanilla. Allow this mixture to blend and combine for at least a good 2 to 3 minutes. Then add a little pinch of salt. This brings out the sweetness of the frosting. Don't hesitate to give the bowl a little scrape down every now and again just to make sure everything is well combined. Now go ahead and add your icing mixture a little at a time. This is not to be confused with icing sugar. Icing mixture is much softer and easier to work with than icing sugar. Okay, so time to get prepared to decorate the cake. I have turned my grill on for the oven and I'm just going to sprinkle the coconut, shredded coconut, onto the foil and spread it out evenly. I'll just put this in under the grill. You have to watch it very carefully. It turns from toasted to burnt in a matter of seconds. Okay, so that really didn't take very long at all. Just set that aside to cool. So the icing is ready to go. I'm just going to pipe mine on. You could just dollop it all over the cake and then spread it with an offset spatula. I am going to pipe it on. And to pipe it, I've just put a nozzle at the bottom of my piping bag. And the tricky bit, I find, is getting the icing into the piping bag. So I'm just using a jug to help me so that I can use both of my hands. All right, give the top of the piping bag a good squeeze to push down all that icing to the bottom. Secure it at the top. And then I just like to do back and forward. And now with the coconut, I'm just going to sprinkle that all over. I find if you just raise your hand a little bit and have a little distance between the cake and where you're dropping it, it tends to just fall better than if you close up. This is a beautiful tropical summer cake, but can be cooked all year round, but it's my version of a hummingbird cake. All right, I can't wait to dig into this one. So here goes. There it is, my hummingbird cake. There you go, that's what it looks like. It is a beautiful reminder that summer is on the way. The walnuts are really good in this cake, and I do like the hint of the cinnamon and ginger as well. I'm going to keep eating this cake. I really hope you give this one a go. It's very delicious, and I hope you enjoy.